Okay, so like at this point, I feel like these videos are basically me constantly having to tell people to like back off from my life and stuff because I feel like I'm constantly having to say that I shouldn't have to make these videos, and that also that like my life is not like I don't want to be making these videos and putting my business out here, but I feel like since people are already watching it anyways and they're already intervening in what is none of their business, which is my privacy and my life, then I feel like, well, let me clarify some things up, okay? Because apparently it's what I have to do now. You cannot politicize, because I feel like this is what's going on. It's almost like the system is so fixated on trying to make me an example and execute me slowly by trying to do like the whole, oh, natural cause and effect, you have fallen kind of thing. Well, it's a slow execution. You know how back in the days they used to execute the witches because they were wild and they posed a threat to normalcy and balance of things, and they were just wild and they were just, into, or maybe they were bad, who knows. I'm not one of those witches, okay? I don't know what the fuck they were like. I'm just saying, this is what I assume, it's what I think that is what happened, that's why they were prosecuted, because they were wild and they were called witches or whatever. Well, back in the day, they used to put them on stakes and they used to burn them. So I'm guessing that today, this is what they're doing with me, is to just have like a slow, drawn out prosecution while daddy's system, or whoever's in charge, that everyone basically, the higher ups or whatever, and everyone else get to just sit back and eat their popcorn and watch me, like, and joke and like really terrorize me and make me feel like my life is gonna end soon and like it's over, and or just put me and my family in this, throw us into this crazy loop, and they just get to sit down and watch and say, this is how you should do this, you should do this, you should do that. Well, who are you? You're just an observer sitting back and banking off of my situation. You're just an observer sitting back and watching and judging and gaining and benefiting through my experience as well. Like, it's to just turn around and like stab me and then like to go back and then to do it all over again, and just, like, I don't really know how to put this, but the problem is that you can't politicize a human experience and a human life, or someone's spiritual journey, or not a spiritual journey, but just life in general. Like actions that I decide to take, miscellaneous things even, like, or just like practical decisions that I choose to take in my life. Like, oh, I decided to live in an RV. Like, oh, I decided my child was going to stay with his grandmother. Oh, I decided that I was going to teach my child homework. Oh, I decided that I was going to get a pet. Oh, I decided I was going to go do this with the pet, go get it vaccinated, go get it neutered, or I decided that I was going to dye my hair pink, or I decided that I was going to eat this, I decided that I was going to go to this place, I decided that I wanted to live in this area, or this and that. Like all these little practical miscellaneous choices and decisions. I decided I wanted to be with this person. I decided that I wanted to be friends with this other person. I decided that I didn't want to be involved with this, or didn't want to talk to this person or these people. I decided that I wanted to be involved with this, and I decided that I wanted to talk to this person and these people. Like just all these choices that are generally made in your life that other people have the privacy of getting to choose, and in a more laid back way, the luxury, the privilege, the advantage of not being so heavily gang stalked or violated. Like, so that goes back to what I was saying before, like that whole am I free or am I not free kind of dilemma thing. And then also just the whole, like, the politicizing someone's choices, someone's life. Like, you just can't do that. You can't really turn light, like, someone's life or someone's, like, politicize someone and and I get that I pick up that they're trying to make an example out of me, that they're trying to make an example to everyone else of what you shouldn't do or why you shouldn't do it or what you shouldn't be. I'm not entirely sure about all that, but it's what I pick up. It's what I gather, and I just feel like you shouldn't. You just can't politicize someone's life. That's the best way that I can put it. That's basically what's going on. Is that people are politicizing or trying to, and it's like the people who do sit back and observe and judge, it's like, who are you also? You basically had to scapegoat me, and then it's like scapegoating someone, and it's like, well, as long as all the blame and everything that's wrong with the world is fixating on this one, it's not fixated on me, and therefore I get to go and be free, and I get to have, gain reign on all these activities and different aspects in life that are going to eventually help me improve or whatever, or even evolve, or just ultimately become better. Is it making sense though? Like, I'm trying to make sure that it makes sense the way I'm putting it. Because I've literally had to sit here and dissect everything and logically make sense of things, like, because I know this isn't right. There's something off. There's something wrong. And it's not right. And it's like, why do you get to do that to me? And that's normal. And that's your normal. Like, who said? Why? Why me? Kind of thing. Like, and who are you? Why not you? Kind of deal. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a deal. That's the thing. It's not a deal. Like, I'm not consenting to this. It's not gonna keep going on longer. I've had to fight just to live, really, and to feed, and to do simple things in life, my own life. I had to fight for who I am, even too. I had to fight for who I am, and I know a lot of the things that I'm not saying that I'm perfect at all. I really am not. In fact, I have a lot of flaws, a lot of things that I don't like about myself. One of them is that I tend to be egotistical sometimes, but not just that. Like, I know I understand my own setbacks, but I also understand that this isn't fair to me. I make mistakes. I'm not saying that I'm better than anyone and that I'm, but I understand that this isn't fair to me. And I notice it. And I'm gonna talk about it now because, well, it keeps getting out of hand. So I decided I wanted to just keep talking about it, and I had to fucking go. Oh my god, I had to endure so much things, from like a guy attacking me with herpes and giving me herpes, and then another, all the spell work that people do against me, or just all these things. And honestly, it could be a lot worse, I assume. Like, I always know that there's scenarios that could be way more painful, way more gruesome, that could have happened to me. So I'm not complaining too much. I'm not complaining entirely, but yeah, like, the things I had to endure to just, like, make sense and logically try to fight for. This is a really hard position to be in, and I understand that and in part, it's my fault as well for being here in some ways, because there's some issues and dilemmas in the way that I am, that or just certain things that excuse me, just certain maybe things that I didn't work on, things that I procrastinated too long on. I know I'm lazy sometimes. I know I have these things, these setbacks. So everyone does in their own journey, in their own spiritual journey, in their own, just generally, just life, really. Their own character development, just life. So everybody has their own setbacks and stuff, and I have my own. And but I feel to be picked apart and judged and to be pointed the finger at entirely. I mean, I can only try my best. But I am human too. Even though I'm kind of like AI, or I'm just joking. I'm not really AI. I was just joking. Even though I am wild and whatever. People think that I'm an animal, whatever. But yeah, I pretty much wanted to say that you can't really politicize, categorize, and have... I feel like that's the best way I could put it. I feel like it's self-explanatory. Like, you can't politicize an individual, their journey, and their life. You can't sit back and watch it and eat popcorn, and you can't sit back and laugh about it with your friends. You can't treat it like it's some kind of gameplay, like, oh yeah, like a sports event, or you can't keep score on it. You can't keep score on somebody's life and their journey. There's categories for different things. There's a place for politics and the government. There's a place for stuff like that. There's a place for spirituality. There's a place for this and that. There's a place for different things, okay? So, and I want to be in my place, in my own place, and I am in my own place, and everyone is in their own place. I'm just saying, I deserve to be here too. It's very confusing shit. It's like trippy shit. I don't want to keep explaining this stuff. I don't want to keep talking about it. But, I mean, I go there because I feel like it's important to say. So, I guess that's all I really pretty much wanted to say for this video. Yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. You can't politicize. You can't keep score. You know, I wouldn't even compare your life to my life. You shouldn't. I would suggest to not do that. To not, like, to try your best not to do that, because it doesn't help. It doesn't go anywhere. I mean, it's just like comparing, you know, just you know, like, leads to even jealousy at times, or resentment and some sort. You know, it's hard to fall back into place. It really is. But it's possible to get close. And maybe you can fall back into some other kind of different alignment that is a different system, or a different way of living, or a different way of being, or a different world even. You can fall into the same kind of harmony, but just in a different way. You can be a different person, but still be whole, but still not be the same person you were in the past. You know, not all change is scary, and it doesn't have to be scary. But I'm just saying that I'm gonna stop talking about this, because I really don't want to talk about this stuff anymore. But just it's just thought for thought, just so you can think about things in a different perspective, I guess. I don't want to sit here and say, ooh, I'm the person, I'm a guru, I'm some kind of prophet, this and that, I'm some kind of Buddha, whatever. No, I'm not. Like, it's just a different outlook from, you know, and I really hope that things get better. That's my aim, for improvement, for positive, effective, fair, not just fair, but like just change that is just better, and for minorities to be able to thrive and to, I like inclusion. I like you know, I hate to see like injustices in the world, but I understand that that's just you know where we are right now. So, but when it comes to things that I care about in myself, I draw a line. So I understand, you know, there's the whole, as well, I also want to talk about how there's the whole, well, it's survival of the fittest. This is reality, this is the world. And if you're at the bottom of the food chain, you get eaten. There's also that whole spiel, that whole dilemma. So with that, I would say I understand, but don't, if you're going to eat someone or some things or some people because they're weak, or right, they're at the bottom of the food chain, right, that's what they say, if you're going to do that, I guess I could understand what you're trying to say, but my thing is don't need them. Don't make them like a important component to your world or to the things that you want to hold on to because you're greedy, because you want to be rich, because you want beauty, because you want a certain way, your world to be a certain way, you know? Don't hold on to those things. If you're going to hurt them, you're going to eat them, you're going to really make them suffer, and basically, practically, is the whole scope of it. It's like, if you're really gonna sit there and like torture them in some way, or just make them suffer so much, or hurt them, you know, and then this and that, and or sacrifice them, this and that, don't use them as like a key component or element to what your world or pre-existing conditions are, is what I'm trying to say. And it's really hard, and I hope, and I'm sure there's a medium, a happy medium for it all, and I really hope that there is, but I really hope I explained myself well. I think that's all I needed to say right now. That's all I wanted to say, but I feel like I shouldn't even said some of those things. Honestly, I might not even post this, but yeah, because information, like I said, the whole invading of the privacy, spying, and gang stalking thing is so dangerous because information can fall into the wrong hands, and those people can use that information to twist things up to work for bad, you know, so not everyone deserves the information that, but you know, it is whatever. I have faith. I'm gonna post this.